Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from the title, the topic of today's reading is what you need to hear right now. So in this reading, we are going to let, it could be spirit, it could be a guide or an angel, it could be your higher self. Whoever wants to come through today, we are going to let them come through with the messages that they feel would benefit you most right now. So there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today, and instead of crystals today, I have little cats. I went on vacation a few weeks ago and there was a day where it was raining all day. So our solution was to go to a cat museum, and this is where those came from. They were so cute, I couldn't not get them. So number 1 is this black cat. Number 2 is the white cat. Number 3 is the yellow cat, and number 4 is the gray cat. So as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the little black cat, this is going to be a reading all about what you need to hear right now. So I want to start off this reading by seeing if we can figure out who is coming through to give this message to you today, and then we will get into what they feel you need to hear right now. So the first cards that we have are the 8 of Cups and the King of Cups. So we have 2 Cups cards. Right away, I'm feeling this is a sign of love for you. Cups symbolize our emotions, our sensitivities, and I feel this deep, affectionate, nurturing energy coming from this being. And we actually have the King of Cups who is here to represent them. I'm gonna give a few interpretations as to who this entity could be. If you feel that there is one that is really resonating with you, or you might have some sort of reaction to it, like feeling chills or feeling tingly or something like that, then that is your sign that this is who is coming through for you. The first thing that I want to say is that if there is any water sign who is significant to you, whether they are currently incarnated on Earth or not, if there is a water sign whose energy you feel very strongly through your day-to-day life, or a water sign whom you pick up on energetically very frequently, then that's likely that this is who is coming through right now, especially if they are a Scorpio. I'm just looking at this 8 of Cups and thinking like 8th house equals Scorpio. So water signs, especially Scorpio, anyone who is special to you, anyone who you pick up on, this could very likely be them. This 8 of Cups could be indicating someone who is not incarnated on this earth right now. I'm just thinking of the meaning of the 8 of Cups being about like a moving on or a walking away, especially when there is nothing more for you in your current environment. So this could actually be a very advanced soul who has sort of grown past earth incarnations, and they've sort of moved on from this plane. And perhaps they're not incarnating here anymore. Although it could be one of your ancestors. The King of Cups does have like a fatherly or parently vibe to him. The gender doesn't really matter, but he does have that like nurturing and parent-like, affectionate and protective sort of personality to him. So this could be an ancestor who is no longer incarnating, or it could be a very loving spirit guide who is coming through to you, especially if they have that nurturing and parent-like vibe to them. So just to wrap up, in case that was very rambly, I feel like this entity could be the higher self of a water sign or a Scorpio, especially, who is significant to you, whether they're incarnated on this earth or not. Or it could be a spirit guide or an ancestor who is no longer incarnating on this earth plane. But regardless, very loving and very protective energy towards you. Now, what they're helping you with currently is to close off a difficult cycle in your life. Like I mentioned earlier, the 8 of Cups does have to do with sort of outgrowing your current environment. There's nothing left for you to learn here. There's nothing left for you to benefit from here. And it's time for you to move on to something more meaningful and something more beneficial. It's time for you to move on to a new cycle of blessings. And so this guide is here to help you close off a chapter and move on to achieve your dreams. The King of Cups can also talk about emotional healing. So it could have been that you guys had some fears, some limiting beliefs, some doubts, or maybe even some attachments, like some unhealthy attachments that had been keeping you in the same cycle over and over again, keeping you where you are. And through, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's crows going crazy outside right now. Like multiple crows screaming at the same time. I don't know if that's how this soul communicates with you, but it's really striking me because I don't think I've ever heard them go crazy like that before. Anyway, so this King of Cups, yes, it's talking about emotional healing, emotional maturity. And I feel like the more you guys are able to heal emotionally, not only are you able to detach and move on from these things that aren't serving you, but you're also able to realize that you are worthy and that you are capable of creating this blessed new cycle in your life. So I feel like this guide is here to kind of help you through that difficult transition and just to help with your healing in general. So this is what I see for them so far. Now I have a ton of oracle cards that I shuffled. They're all from different decks, and we're going to take a look at these now to see more about what this soul wants to tell you, and then we will shuffle some tarot cards to get more details. So the first oracle card that you have is a new romantic cycle begins with the new moon in Libra. If there is a Libra person, sun, moon, rising, or Venus who is significant to you, this could be a little bit of their energy popping up, or the time frame of the new moon in Libra, which is in the month of October, I believe. If I'm wrong, I will put a little subtitle here. That window of time could be significant to you as well. Healing, yeah, that makes sense. Healing. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing again. So 3 cards so far that have referred to healing and rewriting the future. This is also like a double confirmation of some cycle is ending for you. This card says, let's move things in a good direction. And finally, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay, so these cards seem to be repeating themselves a lot. They seem to be pointing towards the same message, which it doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it's kind of difficult for me to figure out how all of the cards are coming together and telling a story, but this one is pretty clear. This might be because the guide or the soul who is coming through is very articulate. They're very good at communicating their messages. They might be very obvious with their signs and synchronicities towards you. But yes, I think you guys are healing a cycle in your lineage. In fact, it could be likely for many of you that this is a relative or an ancestor who is guiding you from the other side, and they're here to let you know that you are breaking a cycle in your ancestry. Like you are healing, I always forget this word, I think it's generational trauma. Yeah, like healing a painful cycle that has gone on throughout generations in your family. Looking at this healing and this golden children, this could be a sign of you healing your inner child. And what I'm thinking is that, this world is quite harsh. It's quite difficult to be vulnerable. It's quite difficult to stay true to your inner child who has big dreams and who believes that anything is possible and who wants to express themselves freely and be fully accepted by the people around them. I think we all have that dream very close to our heart, but as we move through the world and we meet pessimism and cynicism and cruelty and disbelief of our dreams, we tend to get knocked down, and a lot of us tend to close off from the world, or we tend to settle for things that aren't really filling our deepest desire. And this could be something that has gone on in previous generations for you, where maybe like with your parents or your grandparents, their inner child has not been healed. Their inner child has been neglected. So maybe true desires were suppressed, or big dreams were put on the back burner, or they were isolating and not talking about how they truly feel and what they really want. And I understand it's really, really hard. It's really hard to do that in this world. It's really hard not to lose hope. It's really hard not to lose sight of who you really are. But I feel like you guys have this fire in you. You have this bravery in you, where you are going to heal yourself and you are going to be your authentic self no matter what difficulties come your way, no matter what anybody says or thinks. I feel like you guys are so committed to yourself and you're so committed to your healing. I see this in the Love Yourself First card as well. And you are going to break this cycle. You have been committed to putting yourself first, and you have been committed to moving things in a good direction. And I feel like this cycle is going to end with you. I don't know if you guys want to have children someday, or if you do have children, but they will remain connected to their authentic self. They will remain connected to their inner child, because not only are you going to be a shining example of that, you're going to show them through the way you live your life that it is possible to find joy, that it is possible to find loved ones who understand you, who you resonate with, and to find that support and make your dreams come true. You will show them through your example that you don't have to settle, and that you don't have to dim your light. You don't have to silence your voice. You're going to be just an example by existing, but of course you will nurture them and you will teach this to them as well. You will honor their inner child. You will honor their soul. So you're creating the start of a new cycle. You're like the turning point. And it's interesting that this healing card has the number 5 on it, because the number 5 does represent that pivotal moment. 5 is the number of change. It's in the middle of the numbers from 1 to 9. So it's like, it's the turning point. It's the pivotal moment. So you are where this tough cycle ends and this new cycle begins. And it's because you were brave enough to heal yourself. You were brave enough to put yourself first and not just blend in with the dimness of this world. And I think this is going to affect your romantic relationships as well, and the soulmates that you're able to attract. It could be that some of your older relatives or some of your ancestors were in romantic relationships, or maybe even had spouses who they were not very energetically aligned with, who they weren't really fulfilled by, or who didn't really see and support their vision and the truth of who they were. But because you have done this healing and you have committed to yourself, I want to tell you guys that you are going to find your ultimate soulmate, so to speak. You are going to find your divine counterpart. You're going to find the person who is a perfect match for you. The scale on this card, it really emphasizes balance, harmony. It emphasizes equal counterparts, meaning you're finding the person who mirrors you, who gets you, who balances you out, who complements you, who puts equal energy into the relationship. You're going to find a romantic relationship, if you haven't already, that is such a smooth and beautiful exchange of energy. This is like your perfect person, your soulmate, your twin flame, your divine counterpart, whichever label you resonate with. I just want to confirm to you guys that you are going to find that and experience that in this lifetime, because you were brave enough to commit to your highest self. Your highest love will find you and commit to you. And this is also part of the new positive cycle that you are creating. There may have been many people in your ancestry, I think is the word, who maybe couldn't find their ultimate person, or who couldn't end up with their soulmate because there were unresolved issues within themselves. There were still things that hadn't been healed, or maybe they were too afraid to pursue their dreams, the path which would have led them to their soulmate or to their soul family. It feels like sometimes the divine unions had been missed because of a fear, or because of a settling, or because of a dimming of one's own light. And you guys are breaking that cycle. You are going to let your light shine. You are going to pursue your dreams. You are going to live life true to yourself. And this is going to bring in your divine romantic union. And you're going to create a legacy like this, where if you have children, if you have descendants, they will be so true to themselves, they will be so aligned to their inner compass, that they will always come into alignment with the people, with the experiences that were destined for them, that their higher selves chose for them. So I want to tell you guys, don't give up. You are changing history. You are writing the future, rewriting the future. This guide is here to help you through any difficult transitions. They are here to help you find the courage to break free from the situations that are not serving you, and to move forward towards your dreams, even when you don't know what lies ahead, even when you feel like you don't know what you're doing, when you're wondering if this is really the right way to go. This guide will be here to give you all of the courage and strength that you need, and to be sending you love always. This guide has so much love for you. If you guys ever feel like overwhelmed with this warm feeling in your heart space, like you feel so full of love or happiness, that could be this guide showing you affection. Like, I guess I could say they are giving you an energetic hug or an energetic embrace. I feel this guide hangs around you very closely. As you can obviously tell, there have been a lot of noises popping up outside that are making their way into this reading. So this guide may be very strong and very frequent with the signs, but I feel that this soul is very, very close to you, and they will be here with you no matter what, and you will be successful in this journey. The journey to healing, the journey towards your dreams, the journey towards your divine romantic union, and to creating a new blessed cycle for you and for the ones who come after you. So, okay, let's get some tarot cards now and see if there's anything else that you need to hear right now. What else does group 1 need to hear? What other messages do you have for group 1? Okay, we have the King of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I want to tell you guys that success and prosperity are assured for you. I am thinking of this King of Pentacles as your energy, but it can also represent the energy of your future, like the energy of the life that you are creating for yourself. A lot of you guys are incredibly skilled. You're incredibly talented. There is a certain career path that your soul is very gifted at, and that your soul has actually been working on. I'm sorry guys, there are so many sirens in this reading. It's not super uncommon, like for sometimes one to pop in while I'm filming, but I don't know if it's ever happened that there are 3 in the course of one reading, but I'm sorry about that. There is a skill or a career path that I think your soul is very gifted at, and that they have been working on for many lifetimes. If there is something in this lifetime that you're very passionate about, or that you feel an affinity to, or that you just have a knack for, it's very likely that your soul has already had this career in a past life or has already developed this skill in a past life. Same thing if you're drawn to a certain part of the world. This card does make me think about like expanding your horizons. It could be about traveling, going on to something bigger and better. It does give me that feeling of moving or relocating yourself. Same thing with the Eight of Cups. If you've ever felt like not comfortable in your current environment and you felt like you would thrive more somewhere else, it's likely that your soul has a familiarity to that place, and would be very, very happy in that environment because it's where they have spent many past lives. I think you guys carry a lot of memories and you carry a lot of wisdom from your past lives. So if you guys feel weirdly drawn, weirdly pulled to something or somewhere or someone, and you can't really explain why from the point of view of your current incarnation, the answers could lie in your past lives. So you're not crazy. There is some memory that is stored in you somewhere. If you guys, I don't know if you've ever tried a past life meditation or even a past life regression, but that could be really, really eye-opening for you. It could bring you a lot of like these, I was gonna say eureka moments, these things where everything comes together and you're like, oh, so that's why I have this phobia, or that's why I feel so drawn to this place, or that's why I feel so drawn to this person. I think if you guys delve into your past lives, a lot of your unexplained feelings and a lot of your unexplained affinities could make sense to you. But I do want to tell you, if you feel really drawn to a certain career path or a certain place, you should definitely honor that. Your soul is trying to pull you towards that. You guys have really, really developed skill or talent that your soul wants to express in this lifetime. You will pick it up really, really quickly when you start to work on it. And you will be a natural at it. The King of Pentacles is like everything he touched turns to gold. He is like a pro at what he does. He is very admired for it, and he can work his way up to an incredibly high position in whatever he does. So I want to tell those of you guys who are studying or who are working towards your career path or who are working on building up your business that you will be very successful. If you ever feel like you don't know what to do next or you don't know what the right choice is for you, I want you to know that those answers lie within you. They are in your record because your answers are going to come from your past lives and knowledge and experiences that your soul already has. You just need to remember them. You just need to bring them forth in this lifetime. There's so much knowledge for you in your past that will guide you to where you need to be in this lifetime. But I just want to give you that confirmation that you will be successful. Not only will you be successful, but you will be one of the best at what you do. I just got a really specific vision of like a university class, I don't know, like 10 or 20 years from now or whatever, and the professor is like showing you on a slideshow like you become one of the best at what you did, so that when students learn about your field of work, you are one of the people who is mentioned. So maybe you guys are going to have like a groundbreaking discovery in your field of work, or you are going to break a record, like the most sales or the most achieved within a certain amount of time. There's going to be something noteworthy about you, and people are going to know who you are. In fact, there could even be people outside of your field of work who are going to know who you are. And you've been working towards this for many, many lifetimes. It's almost as if like the goal you guys are reaching, it was so big that you work on it a bit in this lifetime, and then you finish your incarnation, and then you reincarnate, and you kind of pick back up where you left off. Even if it's just through gut feelings of what you remember in your past life, it's like you're accumulating these efforts until you reach your big goal, which I think is going to happen in this lifetime. You guys are going to make it, so to speak. You're going to achieve your goal. You're going to make your discovery. You're going to revolutionize your industry. Whatever it is that your soul has been working on doing on this earth, this is the lifetime where you will celebrate that big achievement. Wow, this is really, really cool. This is a card, like I said, about going big, about going outside of your comfort zone. I feel like a lot of you guys, the dreams that you currently have for yourself are just the tip of the iceberg. Like if you, for a dumb example, if your goal was to become the best in your city, you will become the best in your country. Like what you will actually accomplish, sorry, I'm really struggling with my words today. It's Mercury retrograde. What you will accomplish in this lifetime is greater than what you can currently foresee. Like you're going to one up yourself. You're going to one up your expectations. Some of you guys will be very successful in a country different than your birth country. I don't know why I always get such a strong travel vibe from the Three of Wands. I guess it's because he's looking out into the horizon, and it's like it has this feeling of so much potential. Like he can go anywhere his heart desires. Those of you who are waiting to hear back about an offer, I want to tell you that you will get the offer. If you've had an interview recently or an assessment recently, you made a really, really good impression on whoever is assessing you or whoever is making this decision. I also want to tell you that your family is very proud of you. It may not be something that they say very often. For some of you, they may not act like it sometimes, but they're very proud of you and they love you. They might just be uncomfortable with expressing more. It's weird because saying I'm proud of you and I love you doesn't even feel that vulnerable to me, but maybe to some of them it feels vulnerable somehow and they're not good at that. Okay, let's get a couple more for you. There's Temperance, so we have Sagittarius energy as well. What do we have so far? Water sign, Libra, Sagittarius. There's Earth sign here as well. Whew. And the Magician. Wow. This is such powerful energy. King of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Temperance, and the Magician. Okay, this Temperance card is really cool to me. This is actually a card that I do associate with divine romantic unions. I'm not sure if that's the traditional meaning or not. It's just something that always comes to my mind with this card. I also think it's very interesting that this card is the number 14, which adds up to 5, which is the same number that we see on this healing card. And I think that this is you restoring the balance. You see with this Libra card here, we had, oh my gosh, how do I hold these properly? We had the Libra scales that were in balance. This was you paving the way towards your beautiful divine union. And I feel like this really mirrors each other. Like you're pouring the cups, you're trying and failing until you get it perfect. And this card is a nod to your healing journey that I'm sure was not easy all the time. I'm sure you stumbled, you went down the wrong way, you fell down, you thought that you had fully healed and then you had to go back and revisit things. I know that you had to be very patient, very brave, and have a lot of faith in yourself to embark on this healing journey that you have. And I'm sure you had to see things or relive things that were unpleasant or even downright painful. So this card to me is also screaming, I'm proud of you. That could be a message from this spirit guide. It could be a message from your higher self. Heck, I'm very proud of you. The healing journey sucks, but you were brave enough to do it because you committed to the blessings you knew were meant for you in your future. You committed to yourself and you went on this journey with freaking bare feet. And you know, I'm just remembering this Three of Wands. It's in the oh my gosh, it's in the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot. which I used to use very frequently. I don't know why, but I don't use it that much anymore. But this Three of Wands person is standing at the top of the cliff and looking out over a beautiful view. And I believe that he has bare feet as well. But I always thought on that card how much more he must enjoy this beautiful view, because he knows that he got there by himself with just his bare feet and his walking stick. He made his way up that mountain, and now this beautiful view is his to enjoy. I want to kind of be careful with this analogy, because I don't want it to come off like you have to earn your joy, or that you have to suffer and go through hard stuff to find your joy. But I will say, I think there's something really special of looking back on where you've been, looking back on the hard times that you've been through, and knowing, you know, within yourself that you never gave up. You always believed in a brighter tomorrow. That's what I want to say really with this. And with this magician, I just want you guys to know that you are so powerful. You can create literally any experience that you want in this world. You have everything you need to succeed. You have all the knowledge, you have all the skill, you have all the experience, you have all of the fire in your heart that you need. And please never feel that anything isn't possible for you, because this magician is literally the epitome of anything is possible, and you can make it happen. You can create the life of your dreams. So I just want you guys to know that, and maybe it sounds like over the top, but everything you've ever wanted is here for you. It is available to you. And I'm so proud of you guys that you have never given up on yourself, and you haven't given up on your future. Okay, so these are all the messages that I'm seeing for you. I'm going to end this reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose this little white cat, this is going to be a reading all about what you need to hear right now. So I want to start off this reading by seeing if we can find out who is coming through for you today, and then we will see what messages this person or this entity feels that you need to hear right now. So for our first two tarot cards, we have the Chariot and we have Justice. So interestingly, we actually have two people or two entities who are coming out here. My first thought is that these are two spirit guides. However, I will say if there is a Cancer person or a Libra person who is significant to you, whose energy you pick up on very frequently, whether they are currently incarnated on Earth or not, it's very likely that this could be them coming through. So if that does resonate with you, feel free to claim that message. For the rest of you, I do believe that these are two spirit guides we are looking at here. Two spirit guides who are not currently incarnated, but who are focused on guiding you through your current incarnation. And it's actually quite likely that these are like your two primary guides, or the main guides who are communicating with you the most and helping you the most, because they are both coming through as major arcana. They seem to have very significant roles in your life. These spirit guides are here to help you succeed. They're here to help you accomplish your dreams. They're also here to help facilitate the relationships in your life, both romantic and platonic. These guides want to make sure that you're surrounded by the right people who will honor you and support you. They want to make sure that you stay on the right path towards your dreams, and that you accomplish everything you want to in this lifetime. Like, they just want you to be happy. What I'm seeing though, with this Cancer and Libra sign, while these could maybe be the signs that these guides had when they were previously incarnated, it could also be denoting some differences between them. Cancer and Libra are two astrological signs that create a square, and when two signs create a square, it indicates that their differences could cause some conflict. So these two spirit guides could have sort of different approaches in the way that they guide you, and maybe it could sometimes cause confusion. I am more so getting the feeling that these are souls who still incarnate on earth. In fact, you may have had your past life with these souls, or you have had several past incarnations with these souls. And I just want to say that spirit guides are not perfect. They do have a higher perspective than we do. They can see things from a bigger perspective than we can in our physical vessels on earth, but it doesn't necessarily mean because you're a spirit guide that you have like access to all of the infinite wisdom and you're always perfect. Spirit guides can be flawed sometimes. Spirit guides can be kind of confusing sometimes. We're all out here just trying our best. So I feel like sometimes their different approaches could be confusing to you. This Chariot spirit guide over here, I feel like is very quick to give you answers, is very direct, gives you very strong pushes in the right direction. While I feel like maybe this guide over here could be a little bit more passive. Like if this guide was answering your question, they might be a little bit vague or give you a hint, or they want to give you the tools to figure it out yourself. They're more like this kind of approach, whereas I think the Chariot guide is like, if we have the answer, we should just give it. We should just help them. And I think, I don't know, honestly, maybe a little bit of both approaches could be quite nice in our experience. But I think from your end, sometimes it might confuse you, especially if you thought this was coming from the same entity or the same spirit guide, because you might think, how come I feel so closely connected to you, or I feel like you're being so communicative and open with me sometimes, and then other times it feels like you're not there. And it could be that you're just experiencing the style of two different spirit guides, and maybe they have some agreement between them of like, this guide should help you in certain cases and that guide should help you in certain cases, but I can see how it would be a little bit confusing. So I would just want you guys to know, it's not like you're doing something wrong, or like sometimes you're on your game and sometimes you're off your game. It's just sometimes this guide is coming through and sometimes that one is. And maybe now that you guys know there are two, you could, ask specifically to hear from one of them. There might be some cases where you guys do want to figure it out yourself, and you do want to take the time and weigh your options and find the truth on your own. There may be some other times where you're like, okay, just cut to the chase and tell me what's going on. It's really up to you. But if you take that more active role and ask your guides who you want advice from, I think that could be very helpful. Of course, they both love you. They both have wonderful intentions for you. They're both just doing their best, and they may be a little bit hard to understand, or they may be a bit confusing at times. But just know that they're doing their best, and they're sorry if they've ever confused you, but hopefully that brings some clarity. There's just two different approaches going on here. I feel that these guides could have been like your friends, your best friends in a past life, or they could have been your siblings or something like that. There's a feeling of camaraderie, and there's a feeling of you guys being equals as well. So that's why I'm thinking of like friends or siblings. It could have been like a cousin or something as well, but it seems like you guys were kind of on the same, like, I guess, age level or same walk of life in your past incarnations. And the vibe between you guys, it feels very friendly and lighthearted. I think both of these guides could have a very good sense of humor. They like to give you signs that are very personalized to you. And maybe they have even like little inside jokes with you or something. I feel like these guys do have a sense of humor. They might even be sarcastic sometimes, like they give you the opposite answer, even though you know that's not the answer. Why are you even asking me this? It's like, when you ask someone like, oh, did you take the bus here? And they're like, no, I came on a freaking spaceship. Like, they're saying the wrong answer because it's like, you should know. You know what I mean? I feel like your guides might do that sometimes, because it's like, why are you asking us this? You obviously know this answer. they want you to feel really sure of yourself, and they want to bring you confirmation. That really is what they want at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm gonna move on now to our oracle cards and see what messages these guides have for you. So to start off, we have Hold Your Vision with the fixed moon. This card could be indicating a 3-month time period. The next 3 months could be important. It could even be that the time frame between Cancer season and Libra season is going to be important for you guys. And now that I think about it, that's actually a 3-month period, because Cancer season is like June, July. Libra season is September, October. It's like 3-month period. Yeah. We even have the months 7 and 11 here. So it could be like the months of July to November, roughly, that are going to be significant, even though that's not 3 months, but general reading. So moving on, we have Inward Revolution, Empathic Starseed, Energetic Sovereignty, Absorbing What's Not Yours. One of your guides could have a name that starts with an E. I saw how many freaking E's are on this card and that just came to my mind. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? This card says, the flower that is you is always in full bloom. I love that message. And you deserve love. You are lovable. Ooh, I'm also noticing that these two people on these cards, these two people look quite similar. Like they have that same long and puffy hair. So maybe this is what one of your spirit guides looks like, or what one of them looked like in a past life. Or if there was someone significant in your life right now who looks like this, this could be them coming through. It seems like there's one person who has like lighter hair and one person who has darker hair, maybe. Interesting. So, I put these back in the wrong place. With this you deserve love, I definitely think that is a literal message for you, but I also want to take it further and say that you guys deserve everything that you are dreaming of. I want to tell you guys that the things you are desiring right now and the things that you are trying to manifest right now, your guides are very happy about. I guess I could say they are in favor of it, but I don't want it to sound like you need your guides' permission to want things. Like, even if your guides disagreed with a desire, they will still, they will still do what's best for you. They will still do their best to make you happy. And at the end of the day, you can manifest whatever you want. But it is a nice little bonus when your guides also feel good about the things that you want, because they have a bit of a greater perspective. Like we mentioned before, they can likely see that the things you're currently desiring and working towards and trying to manifest will in fact bring you the happiness that you are hoping they are. And they will lead to a healthier you and a more glowing you. So just know that you are very much on the right track with the things that you want. I feel like you guys are not really chasing anything that is not good for you right now. Anything, situation, person that you have your eye on, I think is safe for you. I think has good intentions for you. So just know that you guys are in a good place. With this Priestess card here, I think that this is you, and it's reminding me of the High Priestess, who is very in touch with her intuition, highly psychic. She can be a little bit quiet or secretive, and I'll get into that in a second, because I'm kind of seeing how this is coming together. But your guides want you to know that you are very on point with your insights. When you get a certain feeling about a person, or like, this is going to be good for me, this is going to be bad for me, you have an innate, well, we all do, but you have a very powerful innate ability to discern that I think your guides are encouraging you to trust more. With this Hold Your Vision card, your guides are saying the same way, like, everything you want is going to make you happy and you deserve it. This card is telling you to stay committed to the things that you want and to be patient for them. So if there is some dream of yours or some manifestation of yours that is taking a lot of time, they want you to hang in there. They want you to know that it is going to come, and to not question your vision just because it's taking a long time. Like, don't mistake that for this thing is not coming or you're on the wrong path. The vision that you have right now, the things that you have your sights fixed on, your guides are very happy about it, and they want you to hold on to it. They want you to keep working towards it, keep hoping for it, with the promise that it will come to you. So, getting in now to this energy, the inward revolution and the empathic starseed. I think where you guys might struggle a little bit is when other people's thoughts or emotions or energies get mixed in with your own. You guys might have a tendency to absorb other people's energy. I do think you guys are empaths, and it could be easy for you to mistake other people's energy for your own. What I'm kind of trying to get at here is that I think originally or innately, you guys have a very good idea of what you want, and you have a very good idea of your capabilities. Like, you're very powerful. You are capable of manifesting this. You do deserve this. This is going to make you happy. But when you're surrounded by other people who are less empowered, or people who are more negative or pessimistic, or people who, you know, think they know about you and think they know about your life, I feel like you guys could risk being impressionable. So if you believe that anything is possible to manifest, and you're surrounded by people who don't believe that, you could pick up that energy and you could mistake it for your own limiting belief. And I feel like for you guys, it's like you don't even necessarily need to be in a very close relationship with that person. I feel like you guys are the type of empath that you could be like looking at content, or you could even just be in a public place and you will soak up this energy. And I feel like if you guys are ever experiencing any negativity or doubting yourself or doubting your path, your guides are asking you to question yourself. Is this really coming from me? Is this feeling of doubt and weakness and powerlessness, is this me, or is this just something that I've picked up from somebody else and I'm carrying it with me? Because they're kind of hinting that when you start to lose sight of your priestessness and your deservingness, and when you start to feel like your grip is slipping away from your vision, it could be because you are, like this card says, absorbing what is not yours, absorbing negativity or absorbing limiting beliefs from others around you. So with this inward revolution, I feel like your guides are encouraging you to keep your energy very sacred. You guys might want to even carry some protective trinket or stone, or like a little protection spell jar around with you to keep negative energy away from you. Or you might want to start like cleansing yourself when you get home, like saging yourself or your space. You can also use full moon water on yourself or in your space to cleanse your energy. You just leave water outside on the night of the full moon. I've heard you can bring it back inside in the morning, or it could be more powerful if you bring it back in before the sun rises. But if you do this, if you use these methods, this will help to protect your energy. You can use salt as well. You can keep it in a little jar. You can keep it under your bed. These little things can keep negativity off of you. They can keep any dark or heavier or negative vibrations away from you, from the outside world. This is going to be really important to you guys, and if you do this for even for a few days, you will feel a difference. But I feel like they're saying after a couple weeks, you'll notice that you feel a lot lighter, you feel a lot more confident, you feel a lot more sure of yourself, and it will feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was carrying all of this around me. So be really careful with your energy. Of course, you have loving guides here. I don't think they will ever let anything terrible happen to you. but I do think they wanted you to learn this on your own so that you feel more safe, because you'll realize that you have the power to protect yourself. Like, there are steps that you can take as a human in a human vessel to protect your energy, and they want you to know that you don't have to rely on them for all of this protection. Of course, they will still protect you though. Let me just be clear with that. So this inward revolution makes me think of you guys protecting your energy and going back to the high priestess being more introverted, more secretive, more quiet. Some of you guys may want to be careful about who you share your dreams with. Especially if there are people around you who are kind of pessimistic, or they are very skeptical, like to the point of just eliminating any possibility of magic happening in their life. Any very cynical people, or like if you have know-it-alls around you, people who think they know what's best for everybody and they know you better than you know you, or even jealous people, you know, there's a lot of different, sorry about this glare, there's a lot of different types of negative energy or negative vibrations that can get in the way. Even if the person is not intending to interfere with you, it can happen unintentionally just from what they subconsciously believe about life and what is possible. Yeah, be careful who you share your insights with. Be careful who you share your dreams with. Maybe for you guys, it's best to move in silence, or to kind of keep things low key until like the moment of your breakthrough. I just feel like your guides want you to really protect your dreams and not invite any negativity in. They want you to really protect yourself in this priestess that you are. And I want to tell you guys, there's a lot of people who admire you. You're like this flower who is in full bloom. This card to me is like, you are glowing, you are perfect, you are beautiful. There's a lot of people who admire you. You guys might have some creative talent, or you might have a skill that is really highly developed. I feel like you guys are very attractive too. You're very beautiful. And even if you have struggles, like of course we all do, and even if you have insecurities, I think what you project outward, a lot of people see you as like having everything together and being very attractive and, you know, having this great life and this bright future. While that does invite a lot of admirers, it can also invite envy and jealousy. And there's something about your energy that I think causes a lot of people to project onto you. Like they just project their own ideas, they project their own insecurities. So people might have this idea about you that is like completely like, where did they get that from? It's not the real you at all, and it's just from their own projection. There's something about you that attracts a lot of attention. So, you know, protect this beautiful full bloom flower that is you. Keep your energy sacred. You guys, I know like you want to extend your love and your help and your wisdom to everybody, but sometimes that can bring harm to you. So it's important to be discerning. It's important to play it safe for now. But wow, like even this peacock here, it's making me think you guys are so beautiful inside and out. You know, peacocks show their tail and their feathers like this to show off their beauty. And you guys do it without even trying. And some people might even think like you're a show off or you're vain or something like that. And it's so far from the truth, but they just see a beautiful person and they project that so that they don't feel as bad. I think a lot of people can project either their negative assumptions or maybe even their fantasies on you. You're very, very beautiful and very, very admired. So they're just telling you to be careful. They'll be here for you. Nothing terrible will happen, but they want you to learn how to protect your own energy and manage your own energy like this. Wow. Okay. So Let's get into our tarot now. I'm going to shuffle some tarot cards and we'll see what other messages want to come through for you. Could be related to this. It could be something entirely different. I will just leave it open. What other messages do you need to hear right now? Some of you guys may be working on self-confidence, or your guides are encouraging you to be more confident, both in your abilities, but also some of you guys may struggle with your appearance, you might have certain insecurities, like body image insecurities, for example. And your guides are here to support you in learning how to accept yourself as you are. With this card about like the flower that is you is always in full bloom, they want you to know that you don't have to change anything about yourself. You just have to keep blooming. Give yourself time to reach your full form. Like, it's too soon to deem certain parts of you wrong. It's too soon to go in and start tweaking things that don't need to be tweaked. They're saying you are perfect and you just need to give it time and you will naturally bloom. In fact, some things that you're insecure about now, whether it be like an inner thing or an outer thing, might prove to be your greatest strength, or might prove to be the thing that you are most proud of in the future. Just give it time. Don't deem yourself wrong or needing to change just yet. Give your flaws time to show the beauty in them, or your perceived flaws, I should say. Very specific message, but if any of you were like considering to get a procedure done, like a cosmetic procedure, it's not like they're telling you can't do it, but they're saying just wait. Just give it a little bit more time. You might change your mind. You might realize that you don't need to change it. And of course, there's literally nothing wrong with those procedures, but they are a lot of money and they are very painful. And at the end of the day, they're not necessary. And they just want you to give it a little bit more time to think. And if you decide ultimately that you want to do it, then they will support you in that, but give it some time. Okay, so let's look at our tarot card here. There is the 8 of Swords. This is a card about limiting beliefs. This is a card about thoughts getting in your way, feeling like you cannot do something when you actually can. It kind of makes sense that this card would come out because this encourages you to believe in yourself more and to know that you can do everything it is that you want to do, to know that you are worthy of everything it is that you want to do. Looking at this card, somehow these are telling me these guides want you to express yourself creatively. They're saying there's a creative art that you guys are very good at, but maybe you don't do it, or you don't do it as much because you think that you're not good at it, or you think that you can't do anything that hasn't been done yet before, or you think like, what's the point? Or you think, well, this other person is better than me. And you may be like talking yourself down from it or talking yourself out of it. I don't know which is the right expression. But for some reason, you think that you can't do it, or you think that you're not that good at it. You think that you're just mediocre at it. But they're saying you're actually amazing at it. This is actually one of your divine spiritual gifts, this creative ability. And somehow you have talked down to yourself, or you've made it smaller than it actually is. But they're saying this talent is huge. This talent is massive. This talent will inspire so many others to explore their own talents. This will move people. This will emote people. It will stir up beautiful emotion in people. And they want you to start expressing yourself more in this creative way. It could be something for some of you guys that has kind of been on the back burner for quite some time, or you just don't commit as much time to it as you had hoped that you would. It could even be something that you tried once and then you never did it again, but they want you to pick back up on it. They want you to keep doing it. What other messages do you have for group 2? The Hierophant. Ooh. Okay, commitment. The word commitment just came to my mind. This card, it can be interpreted in many different ways, but for some reason, that meaning of commitment and marriage just came to me. For those of you who are already in a relationship, this could be a message from your guides that there is potential for this person to be a life partner, that this person is a very good match for you. And again, that they approve or they are in favor of this person. I just put quotation marks because it's not like you need their approval, but they approve anyway. It's their formality. We like this person, we approve, we're very happy about this person. This is specifically for those of you who are already in a committed relationship, they're saying. If you're in a committed relationship with somebody, you guys are likely to move on to the next step to eventually get married. If you have a crush or if you're talking to someone, I'm not sure if I can confidently say it will go so far as marriage, but judging from the message that we got at the beginning of the reading or around here, that they are happy about all the things that you are wanting right now, I do think they will at least be telling you that if you're interested in somebody right now, they do have good intentions and that you guys will go well together. I just don't know yet if it's like you're gonna marry this person. Another thing is that, okay, some of you guys should start sharing your spiritual abilities or your spiritual interests. So like if you guys are into tarot and you have some cards of your own, they might be encouraging you to start posting readings, like whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it might be. I feel like they want you to share. Now that I think about it, it doesn't even have to be spiritual. That was just the first thing that came to my mind. Like if you guys share like horoscopes or tarot readings on social media, they're encouraging some of you to do that. But the Hierophant is just somebody who shares his knowledge. He imparts his wisdom. So if there's anything that you guys know a lot about, even if it's, you know, just because it's your hobby and you're really interested in it, your guides are encouraging you to start like documenting and sharing the things that you know. Like, I don't know, maybe you really like baking and then you start a blog and you share the recipes on your blog. Maybe, oh my gosh, I was having this problem in pile 1 too, where I just like, I can't talk. It's Mercury retrograde and I'm very spacey. I've been stumbling with my words. I'll try my best to edit out most of it, but yeah, it's like you could share recipes, or maybe you can share workouts that you're doing, or maybe you have a pet iguana and you post how to take care of your iguana. Anything that you're really interested, anything that you know about, they want you to start sharing it. And I'm specifically seeing like blogs or like Instagram or TikToks or things like that, where you're making little shorts and sharing little snippets of your knowledge. Also covers just came to my mind, like musical covers. Like if you guys play an instrument or you sing, they want you to post covers. What other messages do you have for group 2? There's the 7 of Wands. Okay, one message for those of you who have someone that you are interested in or that you are wanting to commit to. They want you to know with this 7 of Wands that any difficulties you've faced or any conflicts you've had with this person can be worked out. And they're saying that they're not significant enough to break you guys apart. I know, like, when you're in a conflict with someone you care about, it can feel like the end of the world, or when there's a difficult situation, it can feel really big and serious because you're emotional about it, obviously, but they want you to know that it's nothing you guys can't work through together, that everything's going to be okay. They'll be with you to overcome these barriers. Just another little tidbit, if there's someone in your life like that you're interested in or with, and there's a lot of, like, how can I say, like 3D differences about you guys, like maybe you come from different countries, or you have different cultural backgrounds, or maybe there's a big age gap or something like that, that could be a confirmation that this is your person. Because sometimes with the Seven of Wands, I see like two people who have those differences like that, those like physical or 3D differences. Another message with the Seven of Wands, honestly, just give yourselves time to rest sometimes. The Seven of Wands can also make me think of like you're burning the candle at both ends, or you're doing too much on your own, or you're expecting yourself to pick up too much. Some of you guys might want to release some things from your schedule. If you're trying to develop new healthy habits, or if you're trying to pick up on new projects, you can do them, but it's not fair to yourself to expect you to like do a complete 180 on your routine and your schedule. So for example, if you wanted to start cooking for yourself more, and you wanted to start exercising, and you also wanted to start studying this new thing and learning this new skill, you can do all of those, but make sure you're not incorporating everything too quickly, because it's going to get overwhelming for you, you know, like starting from this day it's going to be a new me, and I'm going to do all these new things. It's not fair to you. Our brains adapt gradually to new routines and to new habits, and to just like bombard yourself with all of the things at once, it's only going to set yourself up for a burnout or for being disappointed in yourself. So be more gentle with yourself if you're trying to make changes to your routine or schedule, or you're trying to increase your workload. They're saying to do it gradually so that you can avoid burnout. And definitely don't be tough on yourself, like you need to do more, you need to go faster, and just relax. You have all the time in the world. Be gentle with yourself. So one last card. Whoa. What message do you have for group 2? The 8 of Wands. Yeah, this is, ooh, interesting. It's interesting that this comes out after the 7 of Wands. This also has an energy of like many things are happening at once. But you see in this card, there's more of like a fighting energy, like you're all on your own and you're fighting this. But in this card, they're all falling down like straight and smoothly and seamlessly. And they're being brought down to you from the universe. You don't have to fight so much. You don't have to control everything and figure out everything on your own. You can leave it up to the universe to bring things to you at the right time. When you try to make too much happen too fast, or when you feel like you need to because you're putting that pressure on yourself, you're gonna always feel like this 7 of Wands guy. But I feel like if you guys just step back and take a deep breath, you will see that things manifest into your life, or changes happen in your life at the right time. They will fall into your lap by the universe's perfect timing when it's right. Just relax. Like you don't have to do everything by yourself. That's what I want to tell you guys. Your guides definitely want you to feel like you have the power to do things by yourself, but just because you can, it doesn't mean that you have to or that you should. You can be perfectly capable of manifesting all these things on your own, but it could be a lot more peaceful for you to use or to harness this divine assistance. So anyway, broken record, don't feel like you have to do it all on your own. You do have divine support with you. Okay, so that's all the messages that I have for you guys. I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number threes. So if you guys chose this yellow cat, this is going to be a reading all about what you need to hear right now. So at the beginning of this reading, I want to see if we can figure out who is coming through for you today, and then we will see what messages they have for you. So the first two tarot cards that we have are the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So I actually think for this group that the entity who is coming through is spirit itself. I think that in this reading we are going to see messages delivered to you directly from spirit, but I also feel that this is your higher self coming through. This is the voice of your intuition. When I look at the Ace of Swords, well, the Ace of Swords is a card of mental clarity. It's a card of truth, of seeing things in a clear and direct way. It can represent epiphanies, but there's something about the one, like the singularity of this card, that is making me think like this is yourself. This is you connecting or reconnecting with that inner voice that always guides you in the right direction. So I think we're going to be getting some messages from your higher self as well as spirit in this reading. But these are kind of two interesting cards to come out together. And I do like the order that they came out in because it looks like a transition from the Five of Swords to the Ace of Swords. The Five of Swords can represent feelings of conflictedness, feelings of confusion, feelings of frustration, whereas the Ace of Swords is very like clear and direct. So it looks like you're moving from this energy of being confused and maybe feeling disconnected and not knowing what you should do or how you feel to getting this clarity. Like it's all clear now, it's all in the open now. I feel like you guys are at a time in your life where you are starting to reconnect to your inner compass. You're starting to reconnect to your intuition and develop a relationship with your higher self. And this is something that spirit has been helping you with. This is going to make your life a lot more simple. I think that you guys, maybe up until now, when you're making decisions about which path you want to take, it's almost like you're adding in factors that don't really matter. You know, like just one that I can think of off the top of my head is like, what are people going to think about this if I do it? Or what if this doesn't make me happy? It's like you're kind of overcomplicating things, where spirit is saying, just try to do what you want. Try to do what you think is going to make you happy. And if it turns out to be something a little bit different, you can always try again. You can always change things. It's like you guys, it's either like you're so scared of making the wrong decision that it could paralyze you, or you're very worried about like other people's expectations or other people's opinions. And you're factoring this into your decision making when really it's very simple. Do what your intuition tells you. Do what comes to your mind first. I often see with this Ace of Swords, it's like your first instinct is usually the right one. Go with your gut, and if you need to make adjustments, you can make adjustments. Nothing is so serious that you're going to doom yourself or it's going to be irreversible. So spirit wants you to relax, and this is the best way that you can reconnect with your inner voice. Some of you guys may be surrounded by people who criticize what you're doing or who disagree with what you're doing, and it's kind of getting in your head and confusing you. And spirit wants to tell you that just because somebody disagrees with you, it doesn't mean they're right. You know what you should do, and you know what's going to make you happy better than anyone else. And if there was kind of a similar message in pile 2 where it's like you could be impressionable to what other people say or to what other people think, especially if someone disagrees with what you're doing. You could really feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I am on the wrong path, maybe I am doing something wrong. But at the end of the day, it's just their opinion, and they don't really know you like that. They can't see what's inside your heart. They can't see what is best for you. You can see that. So another message from Spirit is maybe for you guys to, and this will just come naturally as you develop a more open channel of communication with your higher self, is you'll be able to develop more of a backbone. You'll be able to make your decisions with more conviction, I think is the right word, and more resolve, because you know, like, this is what I want to do. And okay, some of you guys should be working on your solar plexus as well. This is going to help you to feel confident in your decisions and not be so easily swayed by other people's opinions or other people's judgments. I do feel that this group, unfortunately, maybe you guys have had people, you know, directly challenge or directly criticize some decisions you've made for yourself, like what you want to study or what career you want to pursue or what person you want to be with or where you want to live, or how you want to present yourself, how you want to express yourself. It could even be something inherent about your identity that somebody has directly challenged before or made you feel like it's wrong. And Spirit is saying the more you connect with your higher self, you will grow that backbone, so you can say, like, F you, this is who I am, this is what I want to do, and I know that this is right, rather than starting to doubt yourself and saying, well, maybe they're right, maybe this is wrong, maybe I shouldn't be this way. If you guys have ever felt like that before, like where you're doubting and questioning yourself, I'm very sorry that that has happened to you. I don't blame you. It's very hard to take judgments and criticisms like that, but Spirit is saying there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you will reach a place where you are so strong that I don't know if comments like that ever just don't get to you at all. Maybe you will reach a place where they don't get to you at all. If you do, let me know what that is like. But at the very least, they would not steer you off your path. They would not stop you from making the decisions that you want to make. Another thing I want to say on a little bit of a different note, sometimes being steered off your path, it doesn't necessarily have to come from any negative or malicious intent. It doesn't have to come from like a criticism, but it could even be from well-intentioned people who think that they're giving you accurate advice to what is best for you. But I think Spirit is kind of warning that some people who are giving you advice or some advice you've received, it has a lot of people's assumptions or people's projections on you of what they think would make you happy. And while they do really mean well and want to help you, I think Spirit wants you to trust your own judgment more and your own inner compass more. And it's very much like a muscle. Like as you work on it over time, it will become easier and easier. But it can be a little bit tough at first. Just know that Spirit is going to be with you this whole time as you figure things out. One last thing that I want to say for you guys, and it's sort of related to this simplification of your life. Some of you guys might want to start being more direct in your approach to things. Like when you're deciding what should I do, sometimes it's really as simple as just what do you want to do. And I feel like you guys might have the habit of being like, well, this is what I really want to do, but what if this goes wrong, and what if this person thinks this, and what if da da da. Like you'll come up with all these extra things that you have to weigh that you don't really have to. Like the answer is as simple as, what do I want to do right now? When something is upsetting you or something is bothering you, you guys may need to get more into the practice of just directly telling people rather than expecting them to read your mind or dropping hints, or passive aggression could be something. I've struggled with that before because I have really bad boundaries and I'm working on them, don't worry, I'll be fine. But it was hard for me to speak up and to say that something bothered me, so I would use this more passive way and expect the person to figure it out because there was a fear of being direct and directly standing up for myself. That might be something that you guys have to work on as well. when you want to know how somebody feels, you should ask them how they feel rather than trying to guess, or rather than watching a lot of readings about them. Obviously, I don't think there's anything wrong with watching readings because I am a reader, but sometimes Spirit is saying sometimes it's a lot more simple than you think, and you don't have to go about this roundabout way to do what you want or to get the answer that you want. Spirit wants you to look at your life more simply and be more direct in your approach. Like, if you want something, do it. If you want to know how somebody is feeling, ask them. If you want someone to treat you in a certain way, ask them. Be more direct. Like, take this sword and grab, what is it? Grab life by the horns and be straightforward. Pierce through the bullshit. Pierce through the clouds and get directly to the core of things. And things will start to go a lot smoother for you. Okay, so let's move on to your oracle cards now and see what messages your higher self or spirit wants you to hear right now. We have your dreams need a practical plan with the full moon in Taurus. Light beings. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So another card about following your intuition. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. This card says, try out many different ways. And playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Okay, I just wanted to mention this Taurus energy that we have here. This could be a confirmation for some of you guys if you are a Taurus or there's someone significant in your life who is a Taurus. And in fact, if there is a significant Taurus in your life, whether they are currently incarnated on Earth or not, they could also be a being who is coming through to give these messages to you today. It could also be an air sign because there's a lot of air energy going on here. Or the full moon in Taurus could be pointing to a significant time frame for you guys. It looks like this reading is about you guys finding your calling, finding your life purpose and pursuing it. So this time frame could be related to that. I believe the full moon in Taurus will be in the month of October. I might be wrong. Sometimes I am wrong about them. So if I'm wrong, I will put a subtitle down here so that you guys know the correct month. I feel like it's October or November. But okay, let me gather my thoughts here. So this is about you moving towards your calling and your purpose in life. It's about trusting your own gut and your own intuition rather than the judgments or criticisms of others, or even the well-meaning advice of others. There are a few similarities to pile 2 actually. There was even imagery of a blooming flower in pile 2, and you guys have a lot of this. Like, there's the ever unfolding rose, there are pink roses here. I don't know if any of you guys were drawn to pile 2 as well, but if you did feel like checking it out after this one, there might be messages in there for you too. But there was something in that pile as well about like negative energy from the outside world perhaps clinging onto you. So, you know, the general belief of what should we believe in and what should be skeptical about, what is possible, what is not possible. Sometimes it's like other people's limiting beliefs could cling on to you guys. And even though deep down your intuition knows this is my destiny, this is what is possible for me, in fact, this is what is written for me, sometimes you could be influenced by the more pessimistic or cynical or skeptical views around you and sort of lose sight of what your higher self has already foretold for you. I see this group could be struggling with that same kind of thing. I want to talk about this light being card. I definitely feel that this is representing your energy. As soon as I picked up this card, I just started spacing out a lot. This can be a very high vibrational entity that is coming through. Sometimes that does make me space out a little bit, like a very massive being or a very advanced soul. I'm getting chills right now. Oh my gosh. You guys, your soul is bigger than this world. It's larger than life. I feel that you guys are very advanced souls. You might come from a different star system. So interesting. He literally has a galaxy brain. His brain is a galaxy. You guys carry with you knowledge that goes way beyond this lifetime, way beyond this vessel. I'm like kind of shaking a little bit right now too. And your soul family and the beings that are guiding you from the higher dimensions are very, very powerful as well. And what they're kind of showing me is that a lot of the times I feel like you guys get insights or you get downloads that don't really make sense to you because they're too big for this world, if that makes sense. A lot of you guys could have a claircognizant ability, whether you realize that yet or not. And there's a part of you, understandably so, that wants to be practical and that wants to analyze, where did this message come from? Why should I believe this to be true? Why should I listen to this? Or how do I listen to this? How do I apply this to my life? I've heard your message, but how do I go about this? So I feel like you're receiving this divine wisdom that is huge, but when it comes to the more logical or more practical side of your mind, or when it comes to applying this truth in this little tiny 3D world, it can be a little bit difficult for you guys. And I'm looking at these two cards together as well. I feel like you guys get downloads about what your next step is, but there's a part of you that wants to, it's like you want to know the full picture and you want to know why. Just to give like an example, let's say you have a dream that you moved to another country, like you moved to Norway or something. And then for the next few days, you are like meeting a lot of people from Norway, or you're seeing the flag everywhere when you never did before, or you're hearing the language when you never did before. So you're like, clearly something is trying to lead me to Norway. And these light beings and your higher self who are giving you this download, they kind of want you to just go with it. Like they want you to follow your intuition before it makes sense. They want you to take this leap of faith and trust in the messages, almost like you're embarking on this adventure and seeing what it brings you. But there's this part of you that is resisting that. And that's very, very natural, right? There's like a million questions going off in your mind. Like, why should I go to Norway? What's there? What's going to happen when I go there? How do I get there? What is the end goal of this? How does this tie into my life purpose? What are the experiences that I'm going to go through when I get there? And what if my family thinks I've gone crazy? Or what if people start to question why I want to go and I can't tell them anything? Like there's a million things that come into your mind. You want to form this practical plan. And again, that's a natural part of being human. But I think these light beings and your higher self, who is a light being, they want to open up more of your spontaneous side, more of your adventurous side, taking that deep dive and letting the universe catch you. You know, the Ace of Swords is very quick and swift and direct, and it has this decisive and like just do it kind of energy. And you guys might, when you're less secure about your intuitive hits, you could sit here and ask yourself a million questions and weigh a million different options to the point that you freeze up. And I think these light beings just want you to take the dive. Imagine how interesting and how beautiful your life could be if you just let your soul drive you. If you just, it's like a scavenger hunt and the light beings are like leaving clues for you wherever you go. And once you get to the next clue, you'll know where your next stop is. And I don't know, humans have this obsession with wanting to have every single step laid out and wanting to know the whole picture rather than learning what the picture looks like by walking through it. I guess it makes us feel secure, right? It makes us feel like there's no danger in the way. But these light beings want you to trust that they're leading you to the right place, that your intuition is sound, and that when you take this leap, they will catch you. And that these intuitive hits are leading you towards some of the most amazing adventures of your life. And I'm not here to tell you guys, like, if you don't listen to these urges or these hits, that you're going to live an unhappy life. I'm not saying that at all. You're going to be happy. But there's like an amazing adventure that is waiting for you. New experiences, new people, learning new skills, finding new passions, seeing new places. And if you listen to that little, it could be like a little whisper, you know, or it could be a dream. It could be a little sign that you see in your waking life. If you followed those as if they were, what are they called? Road signs, or if you followed them as if they were scavenger hunt clues, it would lead you to the most breathtaking, enriching experience of your life. If you guys have had this little itch in the back of your mind that you want to change something in your life, or that you want to go somewhere, if you want to leave everything and start over, do it. Do it. That is your intuition speaking to you. Go for it. Do the thing. Be spontaneous. You don't need to know where it leads you. And there's always the opportunity to change things and try different things. Like I mentioned a bit before, I feel like some of you guys are so scared of making mistakes or of going the wrong way. These beings are saying that nothing is set in stone, that your journey doesn't have to be perfect, or that whatever you perceive to be perfect, and nothing will be permanent, and it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, sometimes mistakes lead to some really amazing stories, some really fun times. They lead to more insights. They lead to even better opportunities. I feel like even from our perspective, deeming that this was a wrong turn or this was a mistake, it's erroneous. They're saying, like, it's not accurate. There's so many different ways that you can go, and that shouldn't scare you. And if you try something and you don't like it, it's okay. That's not a failure. Why would you deem that a failure or a mistake? You're just experiencing the world. You're just feeling through different things and seeing what works. And it's like this fear in your core that you have of being wrong or of doing wrong that I think paralyzes you a lot. It's okay to go in different directions. It's okay to have trial and error. It's okay to not have a plan. And if you stay in this position of wanting to assess every single scenario and wanting to have a complete plan with no room for error, you're never going to even take that first step, because you can keep reviewing forever. You can keep questioning your decision forever. They don't want this to paralyze you. They want you to get out there and experience life. If there's a skill that you guys have, or like a creative talent that you guys have, or a business that you want to start, and you're saying like, I'll start it later when I have this knowledge, I'll start it later when I'm better at it, they're really pushing for you to start it now. Like, now is as good a time as any. You are as skilled as you need to be right now. You are as experienced and knowledgeable as you need to be right now. And when you need more skills or more knowledge or experience, you will find it. Trust us. You can't gain more by just staying where you are and waiting for the perfect moment. Go out there and find your experience. And then there's the playfulness card, which is like recapturing your inner youthful spirit of fun, recapturing your playfulness. You don't have to take this life thing so seriously, guys. I feel like I should be taking notes here. You don't have to take this so seriously. It's an illusion. It's a simulation. It's a game. You're meant to have fun with it. I just feel like you guys put such immense pressure on yourself and looking over your shoulder of like, what will this person say? What will this person think? What if I upset them? What if I do what isn't destined for me? But you get to create your destiny. Listen to the whispers of your higher self. They will take you to some amazing places. Okay, yeah, I went on a bit of a rant there, but let's get into your tarot cards now. We're going to shuffle some tarot and see what other messages Spirit, your higher self, or your family of light beings has for you, because this is everybody who has come through so far. I think we have a full house today. And yeah, let's see. Oh, you guys need to work on your throat chakra as well. Your solar plexus and your throat chakra. So being confident in what you want, pursuing your desires, and speaking up for yourself. Okay, so these messages that we're getting from the tarot, they could be related to what we've seen here. They could be something completely different. Whatever these lovely fellas would like to say today. I have no idea why, but I have that, you know that song, it's like I have that song in my head right now. Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. Ooh, interesting. So there's a lot of air energy for you guys. I don't know if you guys are air signs or if you have a lot of air signs in your life. There is a little bit of Taurus energy here, but it is overwhelmingly air. These could actually be people in your life who are also these light beings. I feel like you guys, this could be a father figure or a parent. It could even be a grandparent. And this one is a sibling or a friend or someone you work with, but they are among you. That's the message. They are among you. There are people in your life who are also these light beings, and they might be air signs, especially Gemini and Aquarius. They're saying if there's anyone in your life who has those dominant signs in your family or a friend or someone you work with, then they could be from the same origins as you. You guys could be starseeds from the same origin. Pay attention to people in your life that you've just, you've always really vibed with them. You've always really gotten along with them. You could be cut from the same cloth. I'm just gonna leave these here. I'll take these as a bonus. There's so many freaking swords. There's the Three of Swords. Judgment. And the card which fell on the floor is the Six of Wands. And we also have the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This represents a period of inaction, a period of stillness. Looking at this card, the feeling that I'm getting from it is that some of you guys may feel like you've been in a slump, like you felt stuck or you felt like things aren't moving forward. Some of you have felt maybe lazy or unmotivated in the pursuit of your goals. It could have to do with, being stuck at home, with being locked down, that things have just kind of fell off the wagon, I think is the word. Things have kind of slowed down for you. And it's kind of put you in a slump or put you in a rut. Maybe some things that you had been planning to do got canceled. And it's very hard to get yourself back in the rhythm once you've been slowed down like that. It's really hard to find the motivation again to get up and do the things and to make new plans. If you guys have been feeling low energy, I'm sorry that you're going through that. I definitely know what that is like. but it looks like things are going to start picking up for you very, very soon. And this is going to start with very vivid dreams. This is going to start with very clear signs and synchronicities in your life. Pay attention to the things that people around you are saying too, especially children. For some reason that's coming to my mind. I guess because kids just say really weird and random things sometimes. But a child might say something to you that is really meaningful and, you know, unbeknownst to the child, but there's like a really significant message in there for you. Pay attention to what people are saying in general, because there may be hidden messages in there for you. But your team is telling you that things are going to pick up again. If you're feeling alone in this rut, if you're feeling like you can't get out of it, don't worry. They're sending in their people for you, and they're going to come and pick you up out of this funk. You guys are going to start to be hit with a lot of downloads, with a lot of inspiration. You might suddenly feel an inspiration to be creative or to make art when you never had before. And it's because you are going to channel messages from these light beings through your art. Like, I don't know, maybe you've never drawn a picture in your life. Well, I don't know who's never drawn a picture in their life, but you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden you get this urge to draw a picture, and you don't really know where it's going, but once you look at it, it's like, there's no way I could have come up with this. You are channeling the messages from these light beings through your art. They're gonna come and reignite that spark in you. They're gonna come and pick you up. I'm seeing you guys with the Three of Swords as well. Your health is going to improve. And I know that you guys might be thinking that's a weird interpretation for the Three of Swords, but I often think of this card with the Three Swords together as the link between the physical body, our heart, like our emotional state, and our soul. You know, like mind, body, and spirit. And this card for me, it talks about the balance or lack thereof between those things. You guys may have been feeling, in addition to lacking motivation, maybe some of you guys have been struggling with depression or anxiety or just very high stress levels, and that has started to affect your physical health as well. The one that came through very strongly is maybe some of you guys are not eating properly, like maybe you have been skipping meals or even forgetting to eat because you're very stressed or preoccupied about something. Maybe you haven't been sleeping very well. Maybe, you know, you used to have this very elaborate care routine, like hair care or skin care or pampering yourself, and you just haven't had the energy to do that recently. These beings are saying that that's going to be coming back into balance now, and your health is going to be improving. As you start to listen to these signs and express yourself more creatively and allow this energy to be channeled through you, you're going to start feeling more energized, and you're going to start, it's like you're gonna start having strange cravings for very healthy things that you may never have before. Like you're gonna start craving certain foods, or maybe suddenly you want to do yoga, or suddenly you want to move your body. You guys are going through some like deep cellular transformation. You're going through a deep transformation from your core. It's like your final form is being activated or something like this. You know, new inspirations where you didn't have them before, new interests, new habits, craving for things that are more beneficial to you, that are more healthy for you. It's like you're getting back into the flow of life. And also with these two cards here, with Judgment and the Three of Swords, big message for you guys is to never look down on your past self. Not to have regrets, not to judge the mistakes of your past self. Whatever your past self has gone through has led you to your current self, and your current self is leading you to your future self, aka your highest self. And your past self did their best. They did everything that they could do. They did what they needed to do, and they got you to where you are now, and they will get you to where you will be in the future. There's no need to beat yourself up for your past, okay? You did everything perfectly. You were just learning. You were just doing your best, okay? Really, like, these higher beings, They see you, or they see us like just little pure babies. We're all doing our best here. And then the next card that we have here is the Six of Wands. Okay, going back to this could also be a celebrity. If it's not someone in your immediate circle. If there's a celebrity that you feel really drawn to, they could be a light being as well. They could be from your light worker squad as well, because they've been dispatched to different parts of the world, you know, and it makes sense that some of them would get a platform, because if you're here to spread light, if you're here to spread your truth, naturally you'd be able to do that easier if you had a big platform. So there could be a celebrity that you guys are drawn to who is also a starseed, who is also a light worker, and who may have similar origins to you. So it's just something to keep in mind. And if there's anyone who really inspires you, that you really look up to, you might want to look within yourself and see what qualities are mirrored in you. Like if you think this person is really hardworking, intelligent, creative, kind, look back to yourself, and you probably have those same qualities as well, and those same talents as well. Yeah, that was just a specific message that came from the Six of Wands, because it does have to do with like a leader, a popular person. It can be, you know, someone who's in the public eye. So I just really felt like mentioning that. But this is really just about victory and your desired outcome. And the phrase that I want to say to you guys with this is better days are coming. There is coming a day in your future where you will feel on top of the world. You will feel so confident in yourself. You will feel so blessed to be on the path you're on. You still might not know where you're going and what you're doing, but you will be okay with that. You will just be open like this rose, awaiting the adventure. There will be a time where you're more open, more carefree, more playful, and really living your best life. What is it called? Like, you have lust for life. I think that's it. You have a lust for life. So if you're feeling like this Four of Swords now, hang in there, because someday, not too far from now, you will feel like this guy going out on your horse in the light of day with all of these people who admire you, all of these people you inspire. You will see your victory. You will see a brighter day. Same thing with Judgment. You'll come out of this dark box and see the sun. Better days are coming. Please don't give up. And listen to this voice within you. I promise it's not leading you astray. And I know how hard it is to stop with this overthinking and considering every little detail and everybody's opinion and everything that could go wrong. It's hard to unprogram that, if that's the word, but with the help of your higher self, with the help of these light beings, these people in your life, this public figure, if there is one, you can lean on all of these people, or you can lean on, you know, what they create, what they share with the world, and you will get out of this rut, okay? So I'm sending you guys so much love and good vibes. These are all the messages that I have for you, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. Again, I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose this little gray cat, then this is going to be a reading all about what you need to hear right now. So I want to start off this reading by seeing if we can figure out who is coming forward for you today, and then we will see what messages they have for you. So for our first 2 tarot cards, we have the King of Wands and a 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles. So we do have a fire sign person showing up here. So For those of you who chose this group, if there is a fire sign in your life who is significant to you, perhaps you pick up on their energy very frequently or you feel spiritually connected to them. It doesn't matter whether this person is currently incarnated on earth or not, but if there is such a fire sign in your life, then there is a high chance that this is the soul who is coming forward to give you these messages today. If that resonates with you, please feel free to claim that. But actually with this pile, more so than the other groups, I do feel that the soul who is coming forward could be someone who is actually incarnated with you on earth right now, and this is their higher self who is coming through. And I think it might be the Two of Pentacles that is giving me this feeling, because the Suit of Pentacles does have to do with things that are physical, tangible, grounded. So when it comes to any kind of these readings about like spirit guides or souls or things of that nature, the Pentacles energy does generally give me like an earthly feeling, I guess. Maybe that's where it comes from. So this could very well be the higher self of someone who is incarnated with you, and even more so if they are a fire sign. But I'm also looking at the imagery on this Two of Pentacles card, which is quite different from the traditional illustration. And you can actually see that there are two people coming together. They are literal mirror images of each other. So this could be the higher self of a soulmate or a soul family member, or somebody who you're very close with or who mirrors you very closely. And when it comes to the personality of this person, I would say that they are incredibly creative, that they are very talented, that they are like a leader. They're somebody who lives by their own rules, who values their freedom and their independence. They're likely very ambitious and have big dreams for their future. This is likely someone who will do very well as their own boss, like somebody who is self-employed, maybe as an artist or a business owner, using their own ideas and their own brilliance and sharing it with the world. And this is also someone who does or will inspire many people. And as I am describing this soul, I'm also describing you, because you do have this mirroring effect going on between the two of you. I feel like you're definitely part of the same soul group. This could be a soulmate, like a very significant person in your life. And then again, for many of you, I think they'll be incarnated on earth, but they don't necessarily have to be. This could be somebody who is guiding you from over in the soul world and doesn't currently have a physical vessel. But you guys are just you have a very similar energy. You guys are both very talented, free-spirited, natural leaders. You're meant to do things a little bit unconventionally in this lifetime, but you are meant to be successful completely on your own terms and with your own ideas, and it's going to inspire many, many people. Okay, so this is what I see so far. Let's take a look at your oracle cards now and see what messages this soul feels that you need to know right now. So to start, we have conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse. This card can indicate that some significant development will be happening for you by the end of this year, or this year is going to be very significant. This is just my own little system that I've created for predicting time frames with these cards, but that's what this card tells me. We have insight, the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. This card says, start by cherishing the people around you. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay, I am getting major soulmate and soul family vibes from these cards. It's interesting that we have like a grandmother. So there is a parental or like an older or wiser figure, and then there are sisters, and it's making me think like this is maybe the soul family members who are incarnated on earth, and this is like a spirit guide or a guardian angel who is watching over them to bring them together. And then looking back, On these two cards here, maybe this is like a spirit guide who is coming through with the message that they are helping you unite with your soul family, helping you unite with the souls that you will resonate with the most, that you will see a reflection of yourself in, that you will collaborate with. I feel like you are meant to create things with your soulmates and your soul family members because of this Two of Pentacles, which sometimes gives me collaboration vibes. It definitely has like work and career and money vibes, being a Pentacles card. And then also this birthing creations message on the 7 Star Sisters. It looks like there's definitely more than one soul that you guys are going to be coming into union with. There could definitely be a romantic soulmate in there if that is something that resonates with you, if you are looking for them. But I definitely see friends and collaborators coming to you as well. You guys are going to give birth to new creations in this world. You guys are going to change the way people approach your field of work. You're here to bring something new and exciting and refreshing to the table. And with this card saying conclusions are within reach, this could be happening very, very soon, or maybe it's even already starting to happen. While I do think there are several soul family members out there, maybe there are already 1 or 2 who have come into your experience. If you've been feeling that about some people in your life, then this could be a confirmation. So it's like this spirit guide. It's interesting that there's a male version here and a female version here. Spirit guides don't really need to have a gender, so it doesn't really matter, but it's like this guide has many faces, has taken many different shapes before. And sorry, that was kind of a tangent, but it's like this spirit guide is saying to you, is giving you confirmation that those souls you have felt an affinity to are in fact members of your soul family, and that there are more to come. You can even see on this card, the grandmotherly figure is looking down lovingly, and there are several different people down here. And this is reminding me of, I think it's in this deck. It's called The Great Gathering. And I actually, oh my gosh, I need to go get the deck. Sorry, I had to go get this deck because the way those people are standing and they're kind of all dispersed out like that, it reminds me so much of the Great Gathering card in this deck, which I am going to find right now. Some of you guys might already know what it looks like. I found it. Look, it's all coming together. Intuitive Hits, Soul Tribe. These people standing here, it reminds me so much of this imagery. So I really do think this guide is trying to show you, like, I'm here. And you see how her arms, the way they stretch out, they cover everybody. So it's like, even if you guys are separate from each other right now, even if you guys are far away, your guide can watch over and love all of you. And it's like you're all under her cloak of love, or their cloak of love. You're all under their loving umbrella, under the same sky. And this guide is going to help this great gathering to happen for you. So whether you are looking for your romantic soulmate, your best friend, somebody to work with, somebody to create with, these unions are coming to you. These soul unions are coming. Advice that I could give you guys is to start, if you haven't already, embodying this King of Wands who is within you, this creative genius, this artist, this visionary, this person who is a free spirit and doesn't live by the rules, marches to the beat of their own drum, is proud of their ideas, and is putting their creations out there. For many of you guys, pursuing your creative abilities or pursuing your career and just being more confident and outgoing and coming out of your shell in general, this is going to facilitate the union with your soul family. It's time for you guys to start sharing your ideas. If there's a project that you've wanted to start, your spirit guide is encouraging you to go for it. And these unions are going to be a product of it, but the main goal is for you to be doing what you love. The main goal is for you to be fulfilled and following your passion and to realize your true potential. But yeah, with this conclusions are within reach, I'm so excited about this because when I first pulled it out, I was talking about the time frame of within the year. So whenever you happen to be watching this, within the year that you are watching this, I'm seeing significant soul unions for you. And this goes for whenever you happen to find it. Like, this is going to be uploaded in June, so that would mean by December, like, of this year. But even if you find this video in November or even of December in this year, like, it can be that soon. By the end of this year that you are watching, there's going to be a soul union or a soul reunion with somebody whom you already know. And look at this, the message on this card too. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This is telling me that you guys are about to experience like the highest form of divine love that you can as a human on earth. And with this card talking about treasuring the people around you, you're going to be so loved. You're going to be so surrounded by love. The same way on this card that we see her loving cloak that is, what would you call it? That is wrapping up all of you. This is how you're going to feel in your life. You're going to feel like you are just wrapped up in the warmest hug by all of the people around you. With this insight card, I think I touched on this a little bit already, but this guide does want to give you confirmation of things that you might already feel are aligned with your destiny, like certain people that you have felt there's something special about them. I feel like this could be my soulmate or a member of my soul family, or a path that you have felt that you should follow, or a gift that you felt you should start sharing with the world. This guide does want to give you confirmation that you are completely on track, or what is it? You're right on the money. You're on to something with these hunches that you have about certain people in your life, or certain projects that you should start, or certain gifts that you should share. And you may not know like how it's going to turn out, or even why you suddenly feel so strongly to do it, but your guide is saying that if you go through with it, you will see how it all comes together in the end. Sometimes I get a strong feeling with people, like their soulmate union, their career purpose, their life path, it's all tied together in one big package. Like sometimes I feel it more so than others, and I really feel like this is the case for you guys. Like the journey to your dream career is going to be somehow intertwined with the journey to your soulmate and your soul family and your highest self. It feels like it's all together, and it makes sense because it seems like you guys have the same talents and you have similar passion and drive. It seems like you guys will collaborate together. So the best thing you can do to facilitate this union is to start working on your own passion, to start working on your own projects, and then in the future you guys can come together and work on things together. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting really excited with this reading, so I'm sorry if I'm like talking fast or rambling or going on too many tangents. But yes, what I just wanted to say with this insight card is to trust that your own intuition is correct, that your insights about like why someone is in your life or which path you should take, you are correct. There's the number 13 here, which adds up to the number 4. This card assures us that we are safe, we are protected, and everything that is happening right now is meant to be happening. Essentially, you're on the right path and everything is perfect. I'm also thinking though of the number 13 on the death card, which has to do with ending a cycle. In order to welcome in some of the blessings that we're seeing here, it may be that some of you need to put an ending to something in your life, whether it be a job or a relationship or a living situation. There may be something that you need to release. And interestingly, I just noticed, well, I noticed that there was a moth on this card before. I just didn't feel called to talk about it. But now that we're talking about the death card on this deck actually has this moth on it. It's very, very similar imagery. So I feel like you and your soulmate, or you and your soul family members, you are in the process of closing cycles that need to be closed. You're in the process of letting go of things that need to be let go of. And that's why you're getting this message that conclusions are within reach. It's like you guys have been awakened, you guys have been activated, and you are ready to end karmic ties. You're ready to close up your karmic lessons. And I just heard like it's time to start having fun. It's time to really start having fun, and it's time to go home, and it's time to be with your tribe. Another piece of advice to you, in addition to following your own passions and starting to work on developing and sharing your gifts, just be patient, because it's not like every single soul family member, or you and your romantic soulmate, if you're resonating more with that, it's highly unlikely that you will both like close up and finish off the chapter on the exact same day at the exact same time. You know, you might finish your cycle and leave the things that don't serve you anymore. And your counterpart, it might take them like a few extra weeks or a few extra months. There could be a little bit of lag on somebody's end. You know, things can get messy down here on Earth. It's usually not like completely synchronized. So just be mindful of that. You might feel like you're ready. You might feel like you've leveled up and you're kind of waiting on the other person or the other people. It's totally normal. You will all pop up when the time is right. Just for a weird analogy, I've been planting herbs, and even though you plant all the seeds at the same time, some of them pop up in 4 days and some of them pop up in 7 days, even though they're all the same seed and they're all the same thing and they were given the same sun and water. Some people are just faster or slower. So if one of your soul tribe is taking a bit long to make their way to you, just send them your love, send them your kindness, let them know, whether it's, you know, in the 3D or energetically, you send them a message that you are rooting for them. Let them know, just give them your love. Everything's gonna be okay. You're all under this loving cloak and you will see each other soon. All right, so I'm going to shuffle some tarot cards now, and we'll see if there are any other messages that your spirit guide or your soulmate or the members of your soul family would like to share with you today. They could be related to stuff that we already talked about, or they could be completely on a different note. I will leave it open to them. Am I gonna have room for these? I think so. I'm seeing the image of a pencil, like a yellow pencil, in my mind. So some of you may be they are encouraging you to write. Maybe writing is your craft, or they're encouraging you to keep a manifestation journal. Some of you guys might be able to communicate with your soulmate or your soul family members through automatic writing as well. Like when you just put your pen to the paper and write, or your pencil, I should say, because it was a pencil that I saw. But they're encouraging you to write. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. So this can show events that are kind of unpredictable in a positive way. It shows that your situation is speeding up. It shows that things are starting to move in a favorable direction. Again, this can be a confirmation that certain things in your life that you have felt are fated indeed are. But yes, the way this can all play out, it could be kind of unpredictable, which means that you should not stress too much about planning how things are going to happen, or you shouldn't stress too much about is what I'm doing helping or is what I'm doing blocking it, because at the end of the day, it's going to happen anyway, and it's going to happen in the way that the universe has planned. And your guide just wants you to sit back and enjoy the ride. And as long as you are guided by your heart, and as long as you're guided by your passion and your inspiration, you are going to be fine. The divine is definitely working in your favor with this Wheel of Fortune card. Also, blockages will be removed through divine intervention. So financial struggles just came to my mind. If you guys have struggled with having enough resources, or maybe you have a debt, or maybe your income is coming in slowly, or anything of that nature, I'm hearing that your financial struggles are going to be solved by a positive divine intervention. Any conflicts that you're having with loved ones, any separations, lack of communication, there will be divine intervention to come and remove any blockages or any situations that have been holding you down. The message that I heard is that it's going to feel like Christmas, where the universe is just coming down and dropping presents for you everywhere. That's kind of sweet. I like that. How can I? Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. Maybe that's better. You guys are going to be in a very different place in a year from now, and I mean that in the best way possible. We also have the Queen of Swords. So okay, this is interesting. So I'm just thinking about the number 13, the death energy that we talked about before, the closing of cycles. While I do think the new cycle of blessings, this will be through divine intervention. This will be unpredictable. I'm seeing that Spirit is not going to end these cycles for you. This is not going to be like a tower moment where things just start falling apart and you have no say in the matter and you're forced to let go and walk away from certain things. The Queen of Swords, this is you sitting in this throne, and you are holding the sword. You get to decide the moment of truth where you cast this sword down and you cut away the things that don't serve you anymore. This card is about using your judgment, using your discernment, having a clear objective view of the situation, and then cutting away things that no longer will benefit you or serve you on this next chapter. And this is going to be up to you, and I feel that you might not get that many nudges when it comes to ending these cycles. Like I see sometimes spirit guides will take a different approach, where when they want someone to get out of their current situation, they'll make the current situation like more and more difficult for them to stay in, and then eventually it ends in a tower moment where it's just like ripped away from them. But I feel like you will get minimal things like that, because your guide wants to sit back and see if you are ready to cast this sword down, if you are ready to end it. I think it will be very much on your terms. So that's just a little heads up for any of you guys who have kind of been taking a more passive role. Like if you're kind of stepping back and waiting for things to end so that better things can start happening, I think you will need to be this queen. Like put your crown on and man up or woman up and cast this sword down and say, I'm going to end this now. And it can be definitely difficult to do that when the good thing isn't already lined up for you and you feel like you have nothing to fall back into when the current situation ends. But this will require a little bit of faith from you. It's like the universe is going to wait for your okay. Like, I'm done with this, I'm ready to cut this off. And once you find the courage to do that, then this Wheel of Fortune will start turning, and then the blessings will come in without you even having to try. Just to give an example, it would be like somebody hates their job and they finally worked up the courage and they're going to quit even though they don't have another job lined up. And 2 days after they quit, out of nowhere, their friend tells them about a job opening and they didn't even look for it. But it was like the universe saw your bravery, the universe saw that you were serious, and the universe didn't waste time. And it went and handed you that blessing right away. I do want to mention though that the Queen of Swords is very realistic and rational, and she's emotionally detached from the situation so that she can see it objectively. And so what I want to tell you guys is that your fears when it comes to leaving your current situation, they might not be justified. Like, the reality is that you will be totally okay if you walk away from this situation, this person, this place, this job. You will be totally fine. You have everything you need to be supported for a good while. But if you're very scared or you're very emotionally attached to your current situation, you might think that, oh, if I walk away from this, it's going to be the end of the world. If I walk away from this, I'm going to have a huge loss and things will go wrong. And your guide is saying you feel that way because of an attachment or because of being too much in your feelings. The reality of the situation is that you will be totally fine. Like somebody who is afraid of like somebody who is not fulfilled in their relationship, but they're afraid of leaving their partner because they think that being single is the worst thing. If they can look at it objectively, there is nothing wrong with being single. It's fine. It's chill. There's a lot of actually wonderful things about being single. And they're not going to die if they're alone. So if they can look at it more realistically, like, oh, if I'm single, I'm not going to die, then they can walk away from the toxic or unfulfilling relationship. So this is kind of how I see it playing out. The more you can look at it objectively, the more you'll realize that it's on you to choose to end this cycle and that you will be fine. You will be more than fine once you do. And once the universe gets that signal from you, that's when it will start pouring the blessings in. What other messages do you have for group 4? Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Look, a new offer coming in. Cutting away something that doesn't serve you, and then a new offer coming in. And this massive hand that is coming out of the sky, this is the hand of the divine. This is the hand of the universe. A new beginning, a new offer. This is something that you can count on. A lot of the times this has to do with a new offer of abundance, like a new job opportunity, an increase in your finances. It could also be like a strong and committed relationship, a connection with a person you can rely on. But it looks like you're cutting away things that are unstable, or you're cutting away things that do not sustain you, that you cannot rely on. You're cutting away the fakeness and the insincerity of your life. And it's being replaced with something that is real, with something that you can count on, with something that is committed to supporting you for a long time. It's like you're blowing down the straw house and you're going to build a brick house in its place. Many of you guys, I see you leveling up in your career. We already talked about financial situations improving, so this is a really nice confirmation of that. In 10 months to a year from now, I think I said a year before, but it could be as soon as 10 months. You guys will be in a much better situation financially. I see some of you guys will have moved to a place that is a lot more to your liking. It could be much bigger, or it could be in a much better location, or maybe it's a place of your own that you can live as you please in there, and you can decorate it as you please, and no one's going to tell you what to do. One last message for group 4. There's the Knight of Wands. So we have double fire sign now, the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. There's also a little bit of air energy here in case that is significant to you guys, but it looks like maybe many of you guys will be uniting with a fire sign in some way, or receiving an offer from a fire sign, or maybe collaborating with a fire sign. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe that could be a confirmation for some of you, or just something to look out for. But more than that, this Knight of Wands is an encouragement to stay positive, to stay enthusiastic, know that good times are ahead, know that things are going to get better. And I want to tell you guys that you are very loved. Something that people love about you is your spirit, or this is what people will love about you when you start coming out of your shell more. You have a spirit that is infectious. Your smile, your laughter is infectious. The way you speak to people, it makes them feel empowered, it lifts them up, it makes them want to work harder. When people are living alongside you or working alongside you, you make them want to be a better person, you make them want to be more cheerful and positive, you make them believe in themselves more. You guys are a natural leader, but not in the way of like you're the boss of people, but in the way that you live by example and you help the people around you find their own inherent power. I'm thinking again of this card with you cherishing the people around you. You have a very, very positive influence on the people around you, or this is again the potential that you have when you come out of your shell more. You're going to be very loved and admired in your community, and you're going to inspire a lot of people to embark on a similar journey to yours. One where they cut away the stuff that is not making them happy, that is not fulfilling them, that is not genuine, and allowing that space for the universe to start blessing them with things that are real to them, that are fulfilling, and that make them truly passionate and excited to be alive. You are going to be like a catalyst for many people around you, not just for your soul family, but for your community at large. Maybe you guys don't see this in yourself yet, but I'm telling you, this is the impact that you have on people. You have this infectious positivity. It's funny because many people tell me that I'm calming to them, but I'm like the opposite of calm. So sometimes you can have effects on people even if you don't feel it within yourself, but I believe that you guys will be able to get there. You will be able to be this happy and cheerful person, and you will spread this to other people. The coast is going to be clear for you soon. Blockages are going to be removed. You have divine support coming your way. And you're so loved. You are so loved. Start coming out of your shell. Start sharing your gifts. Start sharing your stories. And watch how everything unfolds perfectly around you. It's time. Conclusions are within reach. It's all coming together. Divine plans, soul tribe, birthing creations. I'm gonna start picking up all of these. It's safe for you to love. Like, it's all, oh my god, it's all happening. I'm not even gonna bother putting these back in the right place because we're gonna finish the reading now. I'm sorry if I was, talking really fast or going all over the place. I just got really, really excited in this energy. The best is yet to come for you guys, truly. So I'm gonna end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!